Welcome back, you guys. I'm here with Vince. I love sitting down with you, Vince. It's a pleasure to have you with me today.
Man, it is my pleasure, Pierre, because, it's this thing about you. I got a love-hate relationship with you, and I'm going to tell you why. I love what you're doing, but I hate that you're so young doing it because it makes me feel bad that, you're 30-something years old, and you have all this success. You're doing all these great things. You're leading this large organization. You're worldwide, you're nationwide, you're changing the world. And I said, look at this little young whippersnapper. When I was his age, I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and you're doing it, man. So I had to look at you and say,
But let me tell you something. You have a role to play in all of this, because since the day I met you, I think Charlie was kind of why we got connected.
Yes.
And I told Charlie, I literally said to him, I said, Charlie, because he'll throw random people at me all the time. I said, Vince was a gem, because ever since, and we told you this on the first call. We were like, we're going to use it again. We're going to use it again. We're going to bring you back and bring you back.
Hey, and it's been a great collaboration. I love being with you. I love BLEXIT. I love Charlie. I've done Charlie's show 3 or 4 times. He said, I'm going to hit up Pierre Wilson with BLEXIT, and we talked, and we had this great conversation.
I learned so much from you. I was telling April, I talked to her a little bit earlier. I said, I've been in the movement for a while. I'm going to be honest. I hear people speak, and I'm listening, but it's not really moving me because I've heard a lot of these speeches before. Every time you speak, Vince, I am all ears, open eyes, and I'm listening, because you are a wealth of knowledge, and you can tell that you've done your research. You can tell you're passionate about what you believe in. You want to see a change in this country. You want to see people better off, and that moves me, man. So you really have inspired me in so many ways. So even though I might be a little younger, but you're playing such a key role in helping to shape who I am and how I'm leading and the things that we're hitting on. So thank you
for
what you've given to us.
Tupac said something, and I don't quote Tupac Shakur too much, but he said, I might not change the world, but I want to be the spark for somebody else that might change the world. And that's kind of what I'm doing. When I see young people like you say that you learn from me, I said, that's good. That's what I want. If I can help Pierre, if I can help April, if I can help the younger people, give them information out of all of my years of research, and they don't have to go through all of this, I can just give it straight to them, and you say, wow, thank you for that. And you can go further with it. Then I've done my job. So thank you for that.
You're a true leader. You're a true leader in this movement, and I refer to you as a legend right now. I think you're a true leader. But speaking of leadership and in Black America, you've hit on MLK a lot.
Yes.
He's a figure that's still spoken about often, but you share a little bit of a different view than some people share about MLK. Talk to the audience a little bit about that. Why have you taken the stance you've taken on MLK that some people see as controversial?
Yes, they do. Pierre, I started looking at the condition of Black America, and I saw that we were going backward. And I know the MLK was a preacher, and I used Jesus Christ's admonition. He said, how do you know a false prophet? He said, you know a tree by the fruit it bear. That's how you'll know a false prophet, by its fruits. So I looked at the Black community, and I said, Jesus said you can't get good fruit from a bad tree, bad fruit from a good tree. Each tree and its fruit be after its own kind. And I said, if the fruit is rotten, which is the Black community in its present state, 10 times more men in prison, a Black family being destroyed, 80% of children being born out of wedlock, crime, AIDS, fentanyl, you name it, it's going bad in the Black community. Nobody wants to live where Black people live. If the fruit is rotten, then the tree that it came from had to be rotten. And the tree was the civil rights movement. So I started really doing a postmortem on King. And I just started finding out these amazing things as I started reading just Pulitzer Prize winning books, not just crazy stuff on the internet. Books by a guy by the name of David Garrow. His book, Bearing the Cross, got a Pulitzer Prize. This guy by the name of Taylor Branch, his book got a Pulitzer Prize, America in the King Years. And these guys started talking about the communist infiltration in the civil rights movement. Taylor Branch said that in 1956, the communists in Russia said that they wanted their people in the civil rights movement to turn the Black community into a direct replica of the Soviet bloc. They've achieved it. Poverty, substance abuse, one-party worship, one-party leadership. And we are a Marxist communist enclave in this oasis called America. Virgil Walker, a preeminent scholar, did research, and he read King's papers at Stanford. He has said, and they verified this, many have, John MacArthur and others, that King was not even a Christian. He didn't believe in the virgin birth, didn't believe in the deity of Christ, didn't believe in the resurrection. if you don't believe in these things, how can you be a Christian? You find out he was kicked out of the National Baptist Convention in 1961 for starting a riot because he wanted to take over the National Baptist Convention for the civil rights community. Killed a preacher on the floor of the convention that day. Bishop Jackson won and had him excommunicated from the church. So he started his own religion, the Progressive National Baptist Convention. And these guys were a bunch of Marxists. They were a bunch of weird perverts that were going around doing crazy stuff. Got outside children, 45 girlfriends, orgies of up to 20 people. And then the poor people's, the Great Society, where we spent over $26 trillion and black people are still poor. The Poor People's March, where he was going to shut down these seats to guarantee a specific income. This is all Marxist propaganda. It hasn't done the black community any good. But number one, the guy that ran the civil rights movement, started the SELC. The first guy was Stanley Levison. Stanley Levison was the number one communist in America. Raised King's money, wrote his speeches. He wrote the I Have a Dream speech, started the SELC. Bayard Rustin, the guy that organized a march on Washington, another communist. The guy that ran the SELC's name was Jack Odell, another communist. King's a lawyer, Clarence Jones, another communist. He had these communists all around him. And when John F. Kennedy walked up to him before the March on Washington and said, come to me in the Rose Garden. And he told King, listen, I know you're under surveillance. That's lawyer talk for saying, you're under surveillance. You got a lot of communists in your organization. He named their names. He said, you got Stanley Levison, Jack Odell, Bayard Rustin. They got to go. And King tried to protest. He said, listen, if you go down, I go down. Get them out. A few weeks later, J. Edgar Hoover heard about this communist meeting in Dorchester, Georgia, put some cameras there, finds out, and watching to see who's there, and King shows up in this nest of spies. And that's when they put the wiretaps on it. All of this is documented fact.
Why has this been hidden from the public so much? Why isn't this? Because I mean, even when I grew up, MLK was taught. I was taught that he was the hero. He was the hero of the black community, and he was the person we should all inspire to be. You know, be like MLK. Why wasn't the truth shared? And does it have anything to do with what you see going on in the black community today? Do you think his ideas and the way that King operated is still alive and well in the black community today?
It was a takeover of the federal government for Marxist communist causes under another name. I mean, this is an insane, perverted group of people, and it all came from the civil rights movement, and when you look at something, go to King's monument inside of Washington, D.C. Look at it, and you'll see that there's no mention of God anywhere on it. It doesn't even mention he was a reverend on the monument. That is not a mistake, that is a confession. They knew exactly who they were. And when you look at the black church, what is the black church? It's a vehicle for the left. And King turned it into that. So he has to be lionized. He has to be applauded. Because as long as we follow his ideology, the black community will never change.
Well, my next question for you is, how do we change the culture, right? Obviously, BLEXIT is doing a lot of work out here. We've been going to black and Hispanic churches, going to HBCUs, creating or really actually offering a diversity of thought, right? Like we're coming from a different perspective, or a perspective that we're finding a lot of them have never heard. No one's talked to them in the way that we're talking to them. But is there anything more that we need to do? Because this is a lot of years of emotional manipulation. The other side's racist. We're the only ones who are actually looking out for you. What can we do as a people? And when I say as a people, I mean all of us, because we're not like, BLEXIT is not like BLM. We're not a safe space for just black people. Right? We're Christians first and foremost, and we want to bring this country together. We want to bring people together and see past just their skin color. But what can we do just as individuals, as BLEXIT, to continue to move people, I guess, to me, in the right direction, right? Which is towards God and away from Marxism, communism, and all the other isms.
You know what? Our ideas are better than theirs. BLEXIT has come at a very, very beautiful time where we don't have to ask their permission anymore to send our ideas out throughout the world. We can go on podcasts. We can go on YouTube. We can go on Rumble. We can go on Spotify. And we are organizing now. And when we talk and when we write and when we speak and when we challenge these leftists, they break in front of us. They refuse to debate us. They cannot win. And people are looking at, for the first time, they really have the ability to look at the past practices, and they're looking at 50 years of failure.
Yeah.
And this generation coming up right now, and they're really saying, I don't want to have, these little girls are saying, I don't want to be a woman with 5 children by 5 different baby daddies. These young men are saying, I don't want to go to jail and go to the penitentiary, and I don't want to have to beg the government for what I get, and I don't want them to decide my worth.
Yeah.
These people are looking at a better life. In America, we always believed that. We said to people all over the world, if you want a better life, if you're ready to aspire, if you're ready to fight for what you want, come to America. You can get it here. And people all over the world believed it. And they came here and made this country the most powerful country in the world. That clarion call needs to go out again. And as young people like you and the young people of BLEXIT show with their actions and their deeds that you can achieve anything you want in this country, people will start to believe it. The old canard of racism and I can't make it, and us ridiculing it.
Right.
Black man come up to you and say, man, I can't make it. The white man holding me back. And you say, the white man holding you back? Brother, can't nobody hold me back. I'm an heir of Jesus Christ.
Absolutely.
I'm a child of God. Do you own that? And if he doesn't own it, well, stop calling yourself a Christian.
Yeah.
Because where I stand, if you're an heir of Jesus Christ, if you're a child of God, you can be oppressed. You cannot be defeated. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And if God has opened the door for me, no man can close it. So you get out of my face with that crying and that belly aching and go there and sit down in the corner and suck a bottle like a punk while I go do great things.
I love it, Vince.
Confront, man.
Yeah.
Absolute
100%
confrontation.
true. 100% true. Well, where can people find you, Vince? Where can they keep up with you?
You can go to my website, VinceSpeaksTruth.com. That's VinceSpeaksTruth.com. You can watch my podcast, The Vince Everett Ellison Show. It's on 4 times a week, Rumble, YouTube, and X. And you can buy my books on my website. I got 4 best-selling books. My documentary, When You Go to Hell From Me. I go around speaking, and I'm going to be speaking with you guys tomorrow.
That's right.
Man,
we're looking forward to having you tomorrow, man.
Boy, I'm looking forward to it. Like this is a great event. Charlie Kirk's an awesome guy. TPUSA, BLEXIT, changing the world.
Yeah. All right, I appreciate it. I know we got to wrap. I appreciate you as always. God bless you.
God bless you, brother.
Thank you.
All right.